Marimuthu Kanivadi, live session for the ISO IMS training. It means ISO IMS, Integrated Management Systems. So normally this ISO IMS is very famous for the corporate level and big organizations to handle the ISO 9001, ISO 45001 and 14001. So the ISO 9001 is for quality management systems. ISO 14001 is for environmental management systems. Then ISO 45001 is for occupational health and safety management systems. So these three standards are always, integrated. The people in the worldwide are usually integrated these three standards: ISO 9001, ISO 45001, ISO 14001. It means these three standards, some of the common classes like document control, management review, internal audit, and then the lot of things are in the form of unique manner, and its a similarity is there in between these standards. And also the planning, emergency preparedness and response. Then we can have the emergency scenarios and declaring the emergencies and planning. The various waste management is in three standards. The waste management is common, the emergency is common, then work instructions is like a common work instructions is there for all three standards, like ISO 9001, ISO 14001 and ISO 45001. So it's better to understand the people how you can integrate these three standards. For example, the ISO 9001, we are talking about the policy. ISO SE, quality, health, safety and environment, QHSE. So this QHSE is the standards for the ISO 9001 and 14001, 45001. How you can make a policy for IMS, that is Integrated Management Systems. You can make a policy for how the standards are ISO 9001, 14001 and 45001. So continual improvement for quality, health, safety and environment. We can start with the standards. Now we are talking about the integrated management systems. Most of the companies, what they are doing, integrating three major standards. What are the three major standards? ISO 9001, ISO 14001 and ISO 45001. They start with the policy. They integrate first policy. We can call it as a QHSE policy. In this QHSE policy, continual improvement award is there for maintaining the occupational health and safety standards, environmental standards, quality standards. So reducing the pollution is the ISO 45001, and continual improvement and quality and customer satisfaction for ISO 9001. Then 45001, reducing the accident incidents and making the safe working environment. So this is the quality, health, safety and environment policy based on these three standards. It means integrated, management systems, that is IMS. First, we started with the policies. QHSE policy, that is ISO or IMS. Then, next one is manual. You can have a QHSE manual. It starts with the documents and ends with the document control and ends with the management review. So in that manual, you have to integrate the ISO 9001, 14001, 45001. So you have to make some of the standards are unique and similar and easy integrated. How you can have the management review? It's equal for these three standards. Internal audit are similar for all these three standards. And then work instruction, most of the work instruction, you can call it as a QHSE working instructions. So housekeeping, it comes under the environment. Housekeeping is customer satisfaction is comes under the 9001. Then occupational health and safety prevents the accidents. Good housekeeping prevents the accidents and incidents. So these three standards easily integrated. First we can say policy, then manual. In that manual, you can have a from the document control and documentation, document control itself, you can start with. Because the standards needs documents, but when you are preparing for the each standard separately, for example, ISO 9001 separately, ISO 14001 separately, then ISO 45001 is separately, means you have too much documentation. You are reducing the document, making the one policy and one manual and one procedure, one work instruction and forms. These all integrated and you will get a certification for the ISO IMS, that is ISO 9001, 14001 and 45001. These standards you can easily integrate and get more information in that. So manual side, from document to management review, you can integrate. And also the procedure side, some of the similar things easily you can integrate. As I said, management review, internal audit, document control, documentation, then emergency preparedness, housekeeping, then operations. So where all you can easily integrate these standards. Then how the hierarchy of document structure. The first foremost is policy, then document manual, then procedures. After the procedure, you have a work instructions. After the work instructions, you have a records. So this is the hierarchy of the documentation. So based on the ISO 9001, ISO 14001, ISO 45001, you are making the documentation part. You have any doubt in this, you can ask anyone in this. So ISO 9001 talks about the quality management systems. In this, Plan, Do, Check, Act. Plan, Do, Check, Act is the basis. So in this 2015, the final thing is you can have the proper documentation and designing part, and a lot of customer satisfaction is there. Customer satisfaction is the qualities key here for ISO 9001. Then ISO 14001 is the environmental conservation and climate change, carbon footprint reductions. So this is ISO 14001 talking about the climate change, ESG and all. Then 45,000 now modified. The lot of things talking about the occupational health and safety, records, then emergency preparedness, and how you can protect the people in terms of the working environment changes. These all comes under the 45,001. So when you have integrating these three standards, especially ISO 45001, ISO 14001, ISO 9001, you can have a lot of benefit. You are reducing the documentation time, you are reducing the implementation time, you are reducing the cost. Because when you are implementing the each standard separately, you will get a separate certification, and also it will make you more time and more cost. But when you are integrating these three standards, your company totally safe by means of the in media in world, you are getting good name with integrating these three standards and get certification for the ISO 9000 for 9001 for how you are working, how system is there, how the product is there, how the company is working. So that is there. ISO 14001 is environmental, how you are maintaining environment, how you are reducing the pollution, these things you are talking about it. Then ISO 45001, you don't have any injuries, you are safe working environment is there. So occupational health and safety is maintained here. That's what you have a ISO IMS. ISO IMS means integrated management system you are following. It's easy to follow, easy to audit. When auditors coming, auditing your area, they can easily audit the three standards in each and every areas, because some of the classes are very similar for these three standards. So one auditor is going for operational department, so he can audit about the ISO 9001 classes, ISO 14001 classes, ISO 45001 classes. Then how he can audit? For example, he is going operations. What kind of audit he will do? He can check about the company's customer records, customer satisfaction, the purchasing departments, how they are purchasing, quality wise, how they are having the checks, quality checks. These all they'll check about the ISO 9001. ISO 14001, how they are saving electricity, water, fuel, and then how they are managing the waste, hazardous waste and normal waste, how they are categorizing, how they are disposing. Then 45001, for 45001, they have to check in case of emergency, how they exits, where is the assembly point, how they go from that area, and then how the fire extinguishers kept, where is the first aids. These things are checked in terms of 45001. So ISO 9001, ISO 14001, ISO 45001, it's easy to integrate. This integration is definitely a very good economical for all the organization and get certification for the ISO IMS certifications. And also those who are following, easy to adapt and follow in industries, and auditors also, internal auditors and external auditors, both they are easily audit and get the reports. Management also, it's easy to implement the things because three standards, you are getting one certificate for three standards, easy to maintain, easy to audit, and easy to get the non-conformity and clear the non-conformity. So these all the things are there for ISO IMS. instead of having these separate standards, it's easy to integrate this ISO IMS standards and get goodwill from the public and customers and purchasers and clients. So it's better to have a ISO IMS that will help lot to improve the standards in the industry, to improve the your workplace safety, workplace environment, and also the quality of the product. Thank you for attending the ISO IMS training. We will see some other online trainings. Now we can close this small training sessions. Let's see some other training programs I can intimate priorly. So thanks for attending. Thank you.